Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our history chapter number 3, ruling the countryside. As from the previous chapter, what was the name of the previous chapter? Yes, from trade to territory. From the previous chapter, we came to know that how the Britishers came for the trading purposes in India and how they entered in the Indian territories with their unfair purposes, and how they ruined, how they came, how they ruined the entire territories, one by one adopting different policies, and ultimately they fought two battles, and Battle of Palasi and Battle of Buxar. And after winning those battles, they became the Nababs of the company. Okay, in that particular chapter, we also discussed that the Britishers, after winning the two wars, they became the Nabobs of the company and they started living lavishly. So, students, from that particular chapter, we also came to know that uh, after becoming the Nabobs of the company, they got also the Diwani rights. They became the Diwan of the Bengal. Now, what was the meaning of that? According to Diwani rights, they became the revenue controllers and they started collecting the revenue from the Indian territories, the territories over which they took control. And in this way, earlier they used to bring gold and silver from their own country in order to purchase goods and services from India. So, with the help of Diwani rights, they stopped bringing gold and silver coins and they starting collecting the revenue from the Indian territories, and they were using the same revenue in order to purchase the goods and services from the India. Now, next point is at the same time, they observed that India was the great hub of the land resources. In India, the land resources were present in abundance, and they also came to know that from farmers, revenue can be charged. From farmers, revenue can be charged very easily. So the idea came in their mind that by improving the agricultural situation, by improving the agricultural condition, they can charge as much revenue as they can. Revenue they can charge. But at the same time, artisans were there, those who were producing the goods and services. Britishers were purchasing the goods and services from them but at very cheaper prices. The prices through which they can even not cover their cost of producing the goods and services. So they started deserting the villages. They started deserting the villages, they started leaving the villages, and many of them, they started becoming farmers and started entered into agricultural profession. Agricultural profession. So as a result, what happened? What happened as a result? the overusage of resource, which is the resource over here? Land. The overusage of land started happening. Overusage of the land started happening, and in this way the terrible famine came in Bengal in 1770, and many people died in that particular famine. So in this way the Britishers starting putting the pressures on the farmers to produce more and more, and so that they can collect the revenue, and so that ultimately hence they want to become the revenue collectors and the controllers in the particular territories. Now students, our next topic is, in order to improve the agricultural condition, the Britishers started adopting the methods of revenue settlements. Methods of revenue settlements. And these methods they adopted so that they can with the help of these methods they can charge as much revenue as they can in order to gain profits. So they adopted mainly three methods of revenue settlements: permanent settlement, then Mahalwadi settlement, and the third is Rayotwadi settlement. Now let us take the first one, permanent settlement. Now in this permanent settlement, as the name itself indicating, something which is permanent in nature. So what do you think, what was permanent in nature? Yes, the revenue was permanent, means it was fixed. The Rajas and Talukdars, they were considered as zamindars. Now the zamindars were supposed to collect the revenue from the farmers. Zamindars were collecting the revenue from the farmers, and after collecting the revenue from the farmers, they were further forwarding it to the Britishers. So what was the feature of the permanent settlement? The particular settlement was, in this the revenue was fixed. Fixed means it was not to be revised. Once fixed, not to be revised. Then Rajas and Talukdars were considered as zamindars, those who were holding the zameens, and they were supposed to collect the revenue from the farmers, and after collecting the revenue from the farmer, they were forwarding it to the Britishers. And if they are unable to pay this fixed revenue to the Britishers, then as a result, their jamidari will be cancelled. There was the condition, if they are not able to collect the fixed revenue from the farmers, then their jamidari will be cancelled. Now students, there are some drawbacks of the particular method. First, the revenue was fixed too high. See, zamindars, when they came to know about this permanent settlement system, they were very happy that it was very easy for them to collect the revenue which was fixed by the Britishers, which was fixed by the Britishers and imposed on the farmers. So jamindars were thinking that it is very easy to collect the revenue from the farmers, and after paying the fixed amount to the farmers, whatever the extra they were charging from the farmers, they will simply keep that particular extra amount in their pocket. They can keep it in their pocket. But when practically they started collecting the revenue from the farmers, they came to know that due to the terrible famine and the condition of agriculture, farmers are not able to pay even the fixed amount. Not able to pay even the fixed amount. So sometimes in order to make the money equivalent to the fixed amount, the zamindars were paying from their pockets to complete the revenue amount. Otherwise, they knew that if amount will not meet to the fixed revenue, then they can lose their jamindari. In this way, their jamindari rights will be cancelled, can be cancelled. So students, up to some extent, up to some time, the jamindars managed to charge the revenue from the farmers, and if the money was less, then they were putting themselves in the particular amount and they were just forwarding the fixed amount to the Britishers. But ultimately, this type of method, this type of condition, they cannot fulfill for the long time. They could not fulfill for the long time, and ultimately they lost their jamindari according to the one of the condition of this method. So in this way, the Britishers also were not able to collect the desirable revenue from the farmers. So they cancelled this revenue system and came up with the idea of adopting Mahalwadi system. This system was invented or initiated by Holt Mackenzie. It came into picture in 1822. What is the meaning of Mahal? Mahal means the village. What is the meaning of the Mahal? Mahal means the village. So the collectors were appointed to take the survey of the land, and the land was measured, and after measuring the land, the revenue was fixed according to the size of the land. And then the collector was supposed to give this information to the village headman, and then village headman was supposed to collect the revenue from the farmers, and after collecting the revenue from the farmers, he was supposed to give it to the Britishers. So this was the system adopted. So this was the system adopted by the Britishers after the permanent settlement. See students, when we talked about the permanent settlement system, it was initiated in 1793 by Charles Cornwallis. And this system was having the drawbacks, and in order to in order to overcome over the drawbacks, the second system came into the picture, Mahalwadi system. In this we studied about that the Mahal means the village, and the collectors were appointed to make the survey of the land, and after conducting the survey and measuring the land size, they given this information to the village headman, and then village headman was supposed to collect the revenue from the farmers, and after collecting it from the farmers, it was they were supposed to give it to the Britishers. So students, in this way, today in our today's class, we covered the two topics, two settlement system of collecting the revenue. First is permanent settlement, and second is the Mahalwadi settlement. And in our next class, we will be covering one more settlement, Rayatwadi settlement. So there were totally three type of settlement system. Two we have covered, and in our next class we will be covering the third one, settlement system. I will tell you about what was that system and how it worked in order to collect the maximum revenue and what happened after that. So till then, take care. Goodbye.